Hi everyone, I'm Liz from Equetech. I'm with my 4-year-old Max this morning. We're going to do some clipping with the Pro-Clip Overalls, show you some features that we've got, so let's get going. So I've got my clipping overalls on and I'm ready to go. Let's get clipping. So I've got my clippers. I go with a cordless clipper, which has a battery pack which I put in the pocket, which is quite handy so I can still access all the buttons that I need to. As a tip, especially with young horses that have quite a low attention span or short attention span, I tend to clip the head first and the legs because they're the more intricate parts while they're still happy to do it, and then by the time they've lost the plot, then you've got the body to do, which they don't seem to mind. So I tend to do it that way around. Obviously everyone does everything differently. Before we get going, the clipping overalls have elastic cuffs so the hair doesn't get in. It's got elastic registered design pullers on the neck, so it keeps it nice and tight again so that you don't get the hair down your neck. It's got elastic in over the zip, and the zip's two-way, so you can access it from the bottom if you need to get your phone out or anything like that. It's got reinforced knee panels, so like today where it's a bit wet, I can kneel on the ground and I won't get wet knees. And it's got a vent at the back and elastic so that you can easily manoeuvre with wherever you need to go. So I'm getting ready to take Max to his first ribbon showing show next weekend. So I find that if I do clip a week before, then you haven't got that sort of new clip look, and it sort of settles down and looks really smart, but it's still nice and short because it's only a week old. These clipping overalls are designed to wear all year round. They're nice and lightweight, so if you're like Max where you need clipping all year round, then you're not going to boil. In the winter I put a coat underneath, and in the summer I just wear a t-shirt, but they're really versatile for all year round. Good. So a lot of the rules now around clipping sensory hairs and things like that, you've got to be really careful because most disciplines now you can't clip inside the ear. So my tip is to pinch the ears together like this and run it up. So you're not getting inside the ear, but you're getting a nice clean look on the outside. These obviously very good to clip. I tend to use, I don't know if you can see my video handler, she's holding a licket. But they're really handy if you've got a young horse or a horse that's not quite sure, whether they're not brave enough. It's a really handy way just to give them a distraction and keep them occupied and happy, and you're giving them a nice happy experience. And so as they get older, this Max is a baby, then he won't care moving forward. He's already really good to clip. And it's just about taking your time and giving them a chance to think about what's going on. So I'm just working on his legs at the moment. Keep your knees and your legs out of the way because obviously they can step around. He gets a little bit fidgety with his legs like this because he's a bit ticklish. But I don't make a big deal about it. He used to be a lot worse, and I just let him do what he needs to do. I don't really make a big deal about it, and he gradually gets better with it every time I do it. And you go up obviously against the grain of the hair, but I find with the back of the heel that if you go the other way straight down, you get a closer finish. And if you can't access something on the leg you're doing, do it from the other side. And obviously with a young horse as well, it just is a bit safer as well. And just make sure you keep your face out the way because obviously they can suddenly shift their knees up into your face. You've just got to be mindful, especially with the young ones, about what you're doing. And if they do get too difficult, just walk away, do something else and come back, or leave it for another day, because sometimes they just can't cope anymore, and you don't want to make it into a bad experience, killing them off, making it something that it doesn't need to be. So just keep persevering, keep doing it regularly, and they get much better. It just takes time and a bit of patience, and then you get a lovely finish. Another tip is Max here has a really long tail, and it's very bushy, so I plait it beforehand and then I just bandage it up so it's out the way, so I know But I'm not going to clip his tail off. He's got a beautiful tail, I wouldn't want to ruin it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video and some of the tips are quite useful for you. Max is all looking very smart for next weekend's show.